Hello everybody. So today I would like to show you how we can simplify the code that we work on it in a previous video. So first of all, you have to implement this implementation. We will use Mockito, and for this path of implementation, and for the other one we use the core Android-X that include UNG unit test and can be used with live data. Okay, so put inside your Gradle, right? So first of all, go back to the main activity view model and put in the comment the handler. Okay, it's important because in view model it's very difficult to test, and this is only to simulate from the server. So for the moment, let's put it in the comment like this. Oops, and this one. Okay, that's it. Okay, now let's create with alt insert the test. So choose unit 4 and check setup, right? And put it inside the test, not the Android test, of course. That's it. So first of all, we had to put run with. So with Mockito Girona net dot class. Okay, and specify the row, excuse me. So public instant executor role, equal new instant executor roles. Okay. For the other one, for initialize Mockito rule, so public Mockito rule init rule equal Mockito unit dot rule. And now let's go to mock the application and the other one. So private final application equal Mockito dot mock. So application dot class and private final user repository, user list fake repository, so list fake repository, and Mockito2 mockito.mock user dot class, and of course private man activity view model, and prepare for the list of user this users. Okay, now let's create inside the setup method. So let's create first our backlist. So new list and users dot add new user, and for this let's call it beginning dev 1, and for the password 123, why not? And for second one, so user dot add new user, and beginning dev 2. Oops, it's better. And the password 1232, and we need to mock and do return for this. So Mockito dot do return. Oops, that's it. So users one, yes. So user is fake repository and call the method of list. Okay. And of course, for the last thing, man activity model equal no new man activity view model and inside we had to put the application and the user, so application and user fake list. That's it for the setup. So now we need a specific method, so let's create a package inside this. Be careful, not this one but the other one. Okay, so let's create a package, let's call it utils, and inside let's create a new Java class that so for live data test utils. Okay, and let's go copy and paste one method just like this. So I copy this one because it is not done by myself. You can find it on the web with no problem. Everyone use this method. Okay, so let's have a look, and also you copy it on your PC or you copy from the website. So on Stack Overflow, etc., you can find it. Okay. So now, excuse me. So now I'll go back to main activity view model. So we'll have to different tests. So for example, for the first one, just like this. So public void. So if user name and user password are okay, say connected. First one. Okay, don't forget to place controls interrupt exception. You're right. Let's copy this, and for another one, so if user is unknown, say not register. Okay, another one. Let's copy and paste. So for this one, if password is incorrect, say error. For the next one, let's have copy and paste, and let's paste if password is empty, say error, and let's copy another time. So for if user name and password are empty, say error. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 tests. Okay, so for each test, excuse me, let's put so given one, and then okay, let's copy and paste on each one, like this. Okay, so now go back to main activity view model and delete all the thing inside this. Don't worry, delete all the thing like this, so you can close this. It's better to place this in the split vertically like this. Now I've got the thing on the screen to work. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, let's create, so when we have got a null value in the view action, so if we have the good inside this got a null, so let's place so set value loading, for example. Okay, Let's create different variables. So boolean result equal false, boolean is empty equal false, and to another one, string result name equal username live data dot get value, and the same for result password equal password variable live data dot get value. Okay, so if result name dot equal empty and result password dot equal empty too. What's happening? Many mistake? Yes, there is. It's better like that. Okay. Or result name equal null, or result password equal null. So new action dot set value error, and of course return. Now let's place what we are expected. So for example, I would like to, if we got the result, simulate that the result are okay, is okay, excuse me, and it's not, this account is not empty. So for that, of course, new action, so the set value, so success, nothing else. If so, if we got not the result and yeah, this account is empty, so for that, new action dot set value empty. And for the other cases, so of course new action set value error. Right? So let's begin for the first test. Okay, so inside they're given, so main activity dot set dot value dot set use, yes, excuse me, dot set. So let's place, remember that we are in the test that we would like to, if username and user password are okay, say connected, so we had to pass the same name and password inside. Okay, so we can have one and main activity dot set password, so 1 2 3, and we had to call main activity dot on get action. Okay, action seal, yes. Let's change this to, so on connect button clicked. It's better like this. Okay, so when main activity view model dot login, so value equal live data test routine. Now we had to use this, so main activity view model dot get view action, this, and don't forget to place the color, and that we have to assert equal main activity view model dot login, oops, not this one, but sorry for the mistake, dot get, excuse me, I made a mistake, of course, but of course this and this, and success, yes, right, and equal to value. So now let's test it, thought it will be wrong, like this. So as you can see, we expected success and tool is error. So now let's work on the list. So user list factory. So it's factory dot 4. So we are in the situation of if user dot get username equal result name and user dot get user password equal result password. So in this case we could have the result that's okay, so result equal true and empty is false, it's already registered, so is empty equal false. Right, so let's try again. And it passed. That's done for the first one. So now go back to the second one. If user is unknown, say not register. So we will do the same. So let's copy and paste. But we need that is empty. And for this, let's put an user as Harry, for example. So let's test it. So remember, if user is known, say not register, and Harry is not registered in the list. Okay, so let's run the test for the first time. It will be wrong, like this. Okay, expected empty, there is an error. So now go back to our list. So now else if for this example, so user dot get username is not equal to result name. So of course for this one the result equal false and his account is empty and break. So let's test it again. And it passed. So now the second one is okay. So now for the next one, if password is incorrect, say error. So we have the good user but the wrong password. So let's copy this and paste here. And let's place, for example, no password. Okay, right, so let's test it. It will be wrong. Yes, it's not the result as expected. So now for this case, else if user dot get username dot equal of result name but and user dot get password is not equal to result password. So for this case, result of course is false and is empty is false too because it's already registered and break. So now let's test again. Always a problem. So not success but error, of course. If password is incorrect, say error, like error, of course. So let's try again. And it passed. Sorry for the mistake. Right? And for this one, the password is empty. Okay, for this empty. So let's copy this and paste, and don't put this, but I think this is, so we have the user but not the password, so the user don't put the password. But in this code I have already put something like this here. If the result name equal empty, let's delete this, and the result password or empty, or the result name equal null, or the result password equal null, so return this. So normally the test will post. Let's try it. And post. Right. And now for the last one. So if username and password are empty, say error. So let's copy this and paste. So inside empty, and for the other one, password empty too. So if username and password are empty, say error. The same thing about this method. So this test must run. Add paste. So now, as you can see, the method inside our click on button clicked. Oh, there is a little bit mistake. Clicked like this. So inside this, it's really better to read this. It's very simple like this. So as you can see, it's very important to do some tests and to rearrange your code. Okay, so see you soon and bye bye.